Welcome to the CatFiveBoys podcast. I'm your host, Matt, and I'm here with my co-host, Maddie.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
And today we are missing our co-host, George. He's going to be out. He is busy today. So it's just going to be me and Maddie today. We're going to have a good show, though. Just like we did last time, that it was just me and Maddie. We're going to have a good show. Just a couple of announcements before we get started. First and foremost, if you guys are coming in here, a couple of disclaimers. Number one, the views expressed on the show by the individual guests or the hosts do not necessarily reflect the views of the show itself. And second disclaimer, um, the topics we do speak on the show sometimes can get a little bit sensitive, get a little bit touchy. So if you guys aren't really into listening to sensitive topics being talked about and things of this nature, probably not the best show for you. Um, we are looking for guests. So if you guys are interested in coming on, being a guest on the show, talking to us, debating us about certain topics that you may disagree with. I mean, I don't believe women should vote. So if you disagree with that and you want to come talk about it, come on the show. DM us on Instagram at CatFiveBoys. Send us a DM there and show us or tell us about your interest in coming on the show, and we'll arrange for you guys to be on and have the discussions, have the debates. We would love to have you. Um, I believe. See if I'm missing anything. Oh yeah. If you guys can't catch the full shows, we do have clips, or we do have accounts where we post clips on them. Uh, we have an Instagram, we post clips on there. We have a TikTok, we post clips on there. We post clips on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, just go check out the shorts section, and there'll be shorts there. All of them are at Cat5Boys. If you guys are on YouTube right now, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to comment in the comment section your thoughts, any opinions you may hold. We will read them and we will talk about them, if time permits, of course, in the following episode that comes up. Um, Again, we would love to look at those comments. We'd love to talk about them. If you guys can, again, hit the like button on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, comment, do all the good stuff. And on Spotify, rate the show 5 stars and follow the show as well. And I think you can also put comments on there too, so feel free to do that. But without further ado, we are going to get started right now. Maddie, how has your day been, or how have you been since the last episode, buddy?
Everything's been great, my man. I can't complain. I've been having good days at work. Uh, I recently had a very nice win with the Super Bowl with the Eagles. Let's go Eagles! Chiefs played a good game, but I'm glad I was able to celebrate with my friends the very good comeback game of the Eagles, and everything else has been going good for me. How about you, Matt?
I'm gonna keep it real. I think we were watching two different games, buddy, because I didn't see no comeback. That shit was a slaughter. I don't know. That shit was a complete, absolute domination from the Eagles. But yeah, no, it's been good. I also was watching it with the homies, and drank a little bit too much, so didn't go didn't do what I had to do the next day. It was a lazy day, let's just say that. But yeah, I had a good time. The Eagles beat the shit out the Chiefs. It was a good day for Eagles fans and for all the haters of Patrick Mahomes and company. But yeah, no, it's been good since the last show. Um, we'll definitely touch on the Super Bowl and the winner and the halftime show and all that shit later on in the show. But for now, we're going to go through some posts on a subreddit called "Am I the Asshole?" and give our opinions on them. All right, and we're gonna do this uh, with starting with this one. Am I the asshole for blowing up at my sick husband when he asked for help with our toddler? So yeah, I'll get started with that. I plan on sending this post to my husband once the verdict is in, whichever way it goes. So I'll add as much perspective of his perspective as I can. Our toddler was sick throughout the weekend. I was up with him one night from 12:15 to 2:45 in the morning and off and on the next night. I probably got 10 to 12 hours of broken sleep the whole weekend. Yesterday, my husband mentioned he was starting to feel a little sick. Last night, I went to bed early, hoping to catch up on rest. And all throughout the night, my husband woke me up way more often than my toddler ever does, even on a bad night. Some of the times were not directly his fault, but other times I felt like he was being inconsiderate. 1. He snored loudly in my ear. 2. He asked for another blanket because he has the chills. I told him it was at the foot of the bed. He asked for help and reminded me that he helps me when I'm sick and that he'd still do the morning routine with our son. 3. He had a nightmare I had to shake him awake from. Normal. Uh, 4. He whispered at Alexa to ask for the time. 5. He asked for another blanket. I gave him mine. 6. He made a phone call in bed and left a full volume voicemail to his work to let them know he'd need to take a sick day. 7. At 5:30 in the morning, he woke me to ask if I could do the wake up routine with our son. I do bedtime, he does wake up. At this point, I blew up. I expressed how mad I was that he woke me up all night long, and now I have to wake up early to do what he said he'd still do. And I don't get to stay home and catch up on sleep. He said I was in the wrong because marriage is in sickness and in health. I immediately got up to get ready. He said I didn't have to start getting ready so early. I said yes I did because I start work at 7:30 in the morning. I barely make it to work on time when I wake up at 6 o'clock, and now I have to unexpectedly skip my shower, get my toddler ready, get his food ready for the day, feed him breakfast, drop him off at daycare, then take myself to work. I said he was a grown man with a cold, and he robbed me of the rest I needed, and that I'll be sleeping on the couch tonight. Wait. I said he was a grown man with a cold and he robbed me of the rest I needed and that I'll be sleeping on the couch tonight. I think she meant he'll be sleeping on the couch tonight. But at that point, I asked for space and we haven't talked since. I was late for work, which is a big deal at my job. I might be the asshole for blowing up at my husband when he asked for support during an unexpected illness. Am I the asshole for being mad at my sick husband?
Yes and no. One, him just him pulling that card of in sickness and in health, that was kind of like a bitch move in my opinion.
That was definitely a bitch move. 100%.
Uh, because if you have the schedule, right? She said she does bedtime, he does morning, right? Yeah, I believe that's what she said.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and him, selfishly leaving the voicemail to work and saying all this stuff, and keep constantly waking her up to help him, this and that. I understand, when we get sick, we feel like shit, but for him to just be like, hey, I'm not gonna do my duties and responsibilities because I'm sick, so you inconvenience yourself on my behalf. No, I don't think that's right.
Let's do this. Let's do this. I was actually curious about this while I was going through the post. Let's go through this one by one, and you tell me what you think based off of each and every one of these things. So, luckily for us, she numbered these. Number one, he snored loudly in my ear. What do you think about that? Does that make him an
I
asshole, or
mean,
is that an asshole thing to do, or what do you think?
no, because I when I go on vacation with my friends, they make me get a separate room because of my snoring, so I can't complain about that.
I mean, yeah, and on top of the fact that he's sleeping, he doesn't know that he's in her ear snoring. You know what I mean? I mean, I feel like
Yeah, 100%.
if she's bothered by that, just nudge him awake and tell him to scoot over or tell him to like turn around or something. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
All right, number two, he asked for another blanket because he had the chills. I told him it was at the foot of the bed. He asked for help and reminded me that he helps me when I'm sick and that he'd still do the morning routine with our son. Right. What do you think about that one?
Uh, I mean, yeah, I think it's fair.
I think so too, bro. Like, come on, bro. You have the chills and you can't grab a fucking blanket, cuz. Oh, you're a bitch. I'll be honest.
No, yeah, like I'll be honest, bro. When I get sick, because I'm the type of person that barely gets sick, so when I do, that shit like takes me out the game. So I gotta understand that, but like, babe, give me a blanket. I don't feel good. Nah, bro. Like, man, the fuck up a little bit. Get your shit because she's just as tired from work and the kids. So do your
Yeah.
thing, bro.
I mean, if the blanket was in the closet or something, I might understand because there are times where I get sick and I'm like, bro, I'm cooked. But if the blanket was in the closet, sure, I understand. But the foot of the bed, my guy, come on, bro. Just reach for that shit. Put
Yeah,
it on
do a
your
sit
body,
up,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, do a
Yeah,
fucking little sit up, bro. Come on. Or just fucking, I don't know, get up the way everybody else gets up. The fuck, pull that shit over yourself. That's some pussy shit. So far he's one
yeah.
for two. Um, Number three, he had a nightmare I had to shake him awake from, which apparently, according to her, is normal. What do you think about that?
I mean, I mean, people don't really have like a choice of what they dream about. But if she says that shit's normal, then either he has to get checked out for some shit or he needs to stop watching scary movies.
Yeah, bro, you having constant nightmares. I mean, uh,
That's a problem.
someone someone got to call a priest, bro. There might be a demon in this man, bro. But I'll just say one thing. Uh, Definitely that doesn't make him an asshole, though. I mean, you can't, like you said, you can't control your dreams, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, not an asshole for that at least. So right now he's 1 for 3. Four. He whispered at Alexa to ask for the time. What do you think about that?
I mean, one, why would you have to whisper it? Like, why can't you just ask your woman if you asked her to get you a fucking blanket that was at the end of the bed? But okay.
I mean, if she's asleep and she got pissed because of the blanket, I'd probably also whisper at Alexa. But then, furthermore, bro, just look at your phone, cuz, or something. I don't know. Or are you too fucking? Oh, I'm too sick to reach for my phone. I can't reach my. I have the chills. I can't reach for my bro. Whatever, bro. If you have that much of a chills where you're like, oh, I can't even reach for my phone because I don't want to get out the blanket. Whatever, bro. There are times where I whisper at Alexa to ask for the time too. So I guess I understand that. Like it'd be early in the morning and I'm like, "Can I get another 30 minutes of sleep in or do I have to get up now?" And I'd be like, "Alexa, what is the time?" And then she responds with a whisper, you know? Cuz if you talk to her, I don't know if you have an Alexa, but if you talk to her normally, she'll respond in a normal tone. But if you whisper it to her, she will also whisper back to you.
That's creepy.
Like so as to be quiet, you know what I mean? Because obviously, if you're whispering, you're trying to keep it down, and she whispers back just to keep it down. Um, so I mean, I would assume the reason why he was whispering was in order to keep it down because he knows his wife is sleeping and shit.
Yeah, to not wake her up.
Yeah, so I mean, I understand that at least. Me
Okay,
personally,
that's understandable. Yeah.
yeah, me personally, he's not an asshole for that. Now, if she woke up from that, you got to learn how to get better sleep because you should be way deeper into sleep than that, to be honest. But then again, you're a mom, and a lot of the time you get woken up by your child, you have to be like really
Yeah, and
awake
it's
and shit.
scientifically proven that a woman, when she's pregnant and after she gives birth, her sense of hearing is a lot more sensitive, just to be able to hear in case her baby is crying. So that I can understand from her side.
Yeah, no, I get that too. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, look at your damn phone if you want the time, bro. And if you're really that, I don't think it hurts that much to ask for the time from Alexa whispering and shit. I don't think it hurts that much, so I wouldn't say he's an asshole for that. So right now he's 1 for 4 for me at least. Would you call him an asshole for that, or like would you say that's an asshole thing?
Not really.
Okay, so he's 1 for 4 for the both of us. Now five, she said, he asked for another blanket. I gave him mine. What do you think?
I mean, you're kind of his wife, so giving up your blanket isn't that big of a deal. But I mean, could have just grabbed him one from like the closet or some shit.
Yeah, bro, but I don't. But this man sounds like he's bitch made, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Does
Like
it say their age? Because it sounds like this motherfucker is like 20 years old, like a little bitch.
it does not say his age, but bro, I would not be surprised if this man is like 20. To be honest with you, I would even maybe not actually. Yeah, he'd probably in his 20s, bro. I'll be honest. But damn, bro, like how much of a bitch are you that you have to take your girl's blanket because you're too cold? It's like, come on, cuz. I, I don't know, man. This guy sounds like he's bitch made. I'll be honest.
Oh, 100%.
That's definitely an asshole thing from me. For me personally, would you say it's the same?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, bet. So he's 2 for 6 or 2 for 5 actually. So number 6 is he made a phone call in bed and left a full volume voicemail to his work to let them know he'd need to take a sick day.
Yeah, he's the asshole for that. That's incredibly disrespectful after you've been bugging your woman the whole time and she's taking care of you and the kids. Nah, bro, the common decency, yeah, you're feeling like shit. Get your lazy ass up outside and go talk outside, bro, or text. No, don't be that disrespectful, bro.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's
disrespect at that point.
yeah, that's a little fucked up. I mean, I would say if you're calling out sick, like I would think to myself, yeah, it's probably an easy, like a quick little thing I'm gonna do is just call my job, leave a voicemail, let them know I'm not gonna come in. I would say that's a quick little thing, but bro, just again, this man is bitch made. Just get the fuck up, go outside, like you said, and just do it outside, bro. Like, damn, cuz this man is such a bitch. I, that's me. I guess that would be like an asshole thing from me, at least.
No, yeah, 100%.
All right, so then he's 3 for 6 right now. Now, last one, 7. At 5:30 in the morning, he woke me to ask if I could do the wake up routine with our son. I do bedtime. He does wake up. What do you think about that one?
No, that definitely he's the asshole after keeping her up all fucking night, pampering his ass. No, yeah, he's the asshole for that shit. He should have told her, earlier in the night when he was making that fucking phone call or before that, because right now, no, that ain't fair to her, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I would I would have to I would have to agree, I guess. I mean, I'm kind of iffy on this one because I think a lot of the time now we don't know the full story. So at the end of the day, he could have been like, "Oh, can you do the wake up routine and I'll do the sleep or the nighttime routine or whatever bedtime or whatever the fuck." Like, "Oh, can you do wake up this one night or one day or whatever and I'll do bedtime." And he wanted to do that cuz maybe he felt really bad or some shit. Um I don't think it's like I mean, to ask, like he asked her. I don't know if it's like, oh, do the wake up routine or whatever. Like if he asked her and he was like, oh, I'll do the nighttime, whatever. Then I don't think it's that much of an asshole thing, but I do still think it's a little bit inconsiderate. But then, like to her, if you're the woman and you're like, you know what I'm saying, just do it for your man's, bruh. But then also, we don't even know who's the breadwinner here. Like, who's the one who makes the most money? Does she work part time and he works full time, or is it like they both work full time or some shit? I don't know. But this is exactly why, to me personally, I don't think women should work. Not that they shouldn't be allowed to, but that like in a relationship standpoint where you're having kids and all this stuff, a woman's best like role, I guess, or the best position for a woman would be in the home. This is exactly why. She has all the time in the world to wake up, get her kid ready for school or whatever the case, you know, get them fed, breakfast, she can shower with in peace. She don't got to worry about going to work and shit like that. At least that's just me personally. I'm more traditional than anything else though, but I don't know. I would probably say that's a little bit assholeish though. Just to wrap it up, he's 4 for 7, bro.
And I think he's kind of the asshole for that shit, bro. Because regardless, in my eyes, regardless of breadwinner or not, bro, you know, she has her routine, he has his. I understand that he's sick and this and that, but come on, bro. Like you kept her up all night. You did this, you did that. You were very inconsiderate the whole fucking night. The least you could do, bro, just get your ass up for the kids, man. Not even for her, just the kids, bro. And I don't know, bro. I mean, it's like you said, women shouldn't have to work. Should be able to be at home and go out when they want this and that. But he needs to man up and in war when a guy got shot, did they immediately send him out of the war zone? No, they kept his ass in there because that's the man's duty. Don't tell me, oh, I got a little cold. I can't take care of my kids who you birthed painfully because I'm acting like a little bitch. Nah, bro, get the fuck out of here.
um, I mean, I would agree, but then I would also kind of be a little bit different in that sense of, to me personally, I think both the man and the woman have roles in their relationship, roles in the home, roles with their kids. A man's role, provide, protect. A woman's role, nurture, and um, I suppose care for.
Yeah,
That's
I agree. There are roles.
Yeah, and that's not to say that a man cannot perform some of the roles a woman can, and a woman cannot perform some of the roles a man can. Um, that's not mutually exclusive. It's not like I'm not trying to. What I'm saying is that I'm not trying to say that, oh, a woman should cook and clean and a man shouldn't have to cook and clean ever, and he should not ever cook and clean. Like, no, there'll be times where he probably will help out with the cleaning, he'll help out with the cooking, he'll change a couple diapers here and there whenever she needs a hand or something. He'll do things that traditionally would be a woman's job to do, but he'll do it to help out his woman. I don't see a problem with that whatsoever. Now, where I get to a point is you also have to be fulfilling your part of the deal, and that's you got to be a man, bro. And this man sounds like a little bit of a bitch, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like you sick, it's all good to be like acting like like or like it's all good to like want care, like want tender loving care while you're sick and whatnot. I get that.
Yeah, you want your girl to take care of you, like, oh baby, are you okay? You want soup? That normal husband and wife shit.
Yeah, no,
But
100%.
don't act worse than the kids when they get sick.
Yeah, bro,
You're not helpless. You're
100%.
a full grown man.
That's what I'm saying. 100%. I think you know, and I'll tell you what, just based off of how he acted, considering what she was talking about, he sounds like he was a mama's boy growing up, for damn sure. His mama was, she was, bro, she was taking care of him like nothing else, bro. He had chicken noodle soup ready every morning when he was sick and shit. She was rubbing vapor rub on his chest and back. Nah, man, bro, he had it good growing up with his mom, which is why he's probably a little bitch with his fucking wife. But like I said, at the end of the day, man, act like a man. Take care of your duties. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. If you ain't dead or fucking incapacitated with a limb injury or something, you can get the fuck up and you can get to work. That's not to say that you couldn't take a day off. Whatever, you want to take a day off, that's fine. But do the morning routine with your son if that is what you said you were gonna do. Do what you say you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Be a man of your word. Unless you're fucking dying or your leg is cut off or you're fucking, I don't know, something. You're having a stroke or a fucking heart attack. Get your lazy ass, pussy ass up and do the wake up routine with your son, like you told your
Yes,
wife you would
sir.
do.
There you go. There you go.
But yeah, bro, that's my take though.
Yeah, he sounds
So
like he's the real issue, man. She sounds like she's doing way too much right now.
yeah.
She shouldn't be taking care of three fucking kids.
Oh no, she
You know.
definitely should be, but I don't think that she should. I don't think that she should also. I don't think that he rather should be being a dumbass like that. Like there's certain times where you'd want some tender love and care from your wife while you're like sick and shit, but then there's also just being extremely childish and immature, and frankly, again a bitch, and he's been doing that. Now, you know me, I am the resident misogynist, so I have to talk about the woman. Now, one of the red flags I get from this woman, and I don't know if you clocked this, but I clocked this the moment I read it. At the beginning of the whole thing, she says, I plan on sending this post to my husband once the verdict is in. Now, to me, that screams petty, vindictive. I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna make sure that everybody. It's like the type of shit that when I argue with somebody and they go to somebody else to get their approval and they come back to me like, "Ha, see, you're you're cooked. You're crazy because this man said you're crazy." It's like, what the fuck do I give a shit about what fulanito de tal is saying if I'm speaking with you about this topic? If me and you are having a debate, if me and you are having a conversation, what the fuck do I care about what John Doe is saying over here, bruh? I don't give a shit what he's saying. Me and you are having the exchange. That's what she's giving off those vibes of like, like she's like an argumentative, like, independent,
Narcissistic.
yeah, narcissistic, independent woman. She don't need no man type shit. Now, of course, maybe I'm going a little bit too far off, but she does sound like the type to be like, "Oh, I told you so" type shit, or um, like I'm gonna prove you wrong, and very argumentative, very quarrelsome. She sounds that way to me personally, based off of that first line for damn sure. And then when she said she blew up on him, and then she expressed, or she continued to go on to how she expressed that she was mad that he woke her up all night long. Although I highly doubt that she was awake for more than 10% of her entire sleep during that night. Highly doubt it, but whatever. Again, she didn't give those details, but she blew up at him. You know what I'm saying? And then I look and but that's the thing though. Then I keep reading and I go, this man said in sickness and he pulled that line like, bro, you're a bitch, bro. Your girl's gonna be a bitch to you if you a bitch to her, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Is she the asshole for blowing up at her sick husband when he asked her for help with her toddler?
No.
You both are. You both are assholes. Sorry, that's just me. You both are assholes in that case. You say no, or sorry, you say no.
Yeah, I say no, bro. It's just me, bro. Because at the end of the day, man is the man. He needs to man the fuck up and help his wife out, and not be a little, not act like a little bitch, man. You have your responsibility. She has hers. There's no reason that she has to take on every responsibility because you're sick. I get it. You're sick. feel like shit. The last thing you want to do is have to do shit. But if you're gonna spend your whole day at home and then she has to go, like she said, wake up the kids, get them breakfast, get their lunch ready for the day, then take them to school, then probably go to work, then pick them up, then get home, then uh, make sure they're washed up, cook dinner, and then tuck them in. Come on, bro. The least your lazy ass can fucking do, get your ass up, bro. Do the morning routine, bro. Yeah, just wake them up, take them to school. Yeah, come back home, go sleep for the rest of the day. Cause then she does the nighttime, so everything's back how it has to be. Yeah, just spend the hour, take them to school, come home. Yeah, watch TV all day, go to sleep all day. Who the fuck cares? But don't. You shouldn't put your woman through all that shit, bro. Be the man.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I I think you got me to change my mind, to be honest, bro. I think I'm gonna have to go with she's not the asshole in this one.
Yeah, bro. Because 100%, there's no like. I understand. She has her responsibilities as the mom and the woman. 100% guaranteed. But bro, your responsibilities as the man is to be the man. And if you don't want to man the fuck up, then hey, you're the asshole. You're the problem, regardless of how she reacts or anything, bro.
I have to agree. I have to, bro. I hate to say it, bro, because I have to agree,
No, I
bro.
love hearing you say that, bro. That's the first
Dude,
time
dude, I
in
have to, bro.
in life that you've ever said that.
No, I have to, man, because, dude, I listen. This is the way I think about it. A man is the influence in his entire family. Kids are gonna look up to the man and how to act, especially the boys. The wife is gonna look up to her husband because he's the one who's gonna lead her to wherever it is their success is gonna be. And if your punk ass is acting like a straight up bitch, and like bro, always needing to be pampered and shit. In those ways, especially the way she was listening, if she's telling the truth, of course, yeah, bro, I'm gonna have to say you're the asshole, bro. Like she's not the asshole in this one. Like I said, I hate to say it, Maddie convinced me, bro, because I can't, bro. He's the asshole. Sorry.
May everyone mark and remember this day as my glorious victory.
this fucking this guy, bro. No, bro. Like, honestly, it pains me to say it too, man. Like, it's like nails on a fucking chalkboard. I swear. Anyway, sorry. Um, so we'll do the next one. Am I the asshole? You tell me if this is one that you're interested in. Am I the asshole for enjoying my quote unquote solo time to the max when my boyfriend is out of town?
Huh. Now, what do you mean by solo time?
I
I'm
guess,
very interested as to where this has to go.
yeah.
Let's read this one.
I guess, I guess we'll check it out. I want you to notice here. I'm gonna read this first sentence. On the first sentence, you're gonna notice a very big gap, and you'll see what I'm saying here. I, 27 female, have been with my boyfriend, 42 male, for
Oh, jeez.
almost 2 years. We live together, so we spend most of our time together. Sorry, in parentheses, gym, dinner, weekend plans, etc. I'm very social and love spending time with family and friends, so when I say solo time, quote unquote, I really mean alone time with them. Prior to us dating, I would have sleepovers with my sister and best friends at the time. Sorry, all the time. Boyfriend thinks that's weird and that no one does that. I think I was just in my mid 20s and it's not that weird to do face masks and stay up all night talking and watching our true crime shows. Maybe I'm stuck in my high school days or maybe it's just the age gap. I also used to love going out and dancing at our local house music bars. Boyfriend boyfriend hates the music, so we spend all our weekends hanging out with his friends and frequenting places he enjoys. So when he goes out of town, I hang out with my family and friends the entire time. Go out and dance at my old favorite places with my girlfriends, and over the weekend I had my sister and her and boyfriend over for the Super Bowl. We stayed up till 2 a.m. and had some wine, so I told him to just sleep in the guest room and leave in the morning. My boyfriend is mad because I came home at 4 in the morning on a Saturday. Why can't I be quote unquote normal and just go out for a few cocktails and come home? Full disclosure, we checked out in after hours that was I don't even know what I'm assuming like I don't even know what the fucking after hours is, but anyways, that was next door and decided it was a little too grunge, so we called an Uber after 10 minutes, but it took 25 minutes to get there. Plus I live 20 minutes away, so that's why I got home at 4. Then he is mad I had my sister and her boyfriend stay over uh at that and that it's absolutely absurd that I was up at 2 a.m., which 90% of the time I'm in bed with him by 9. So to me, who cares if I stayed up till 2 a.m. or 7 a.m.? It's not an all the time thing at all. I apologize for having my sister and boyfriend stay over because he said it was weird that I had another man staying over while he was away. I can understand that, but he can go out and not talk to me until he gets home at 3 a.m. all weekend. But God forbid I essentially do the same. It just feels so double standard, one of his least favorite terms, by the way. But seriously, am I the asshole for just wanting to get in all the things I feel like I can't normally do when he's at home, when he is away? Am I wrong for wanting to have sleepovers with friends or stay up late? Do I need to grow up or is this a little controlling? In my opinion, who cares if I spend 3 hours or 3 days straight with my family and friends? You aren't even home.
Damn, you know what that is right there, my boy?
Let me know. Tell me.
His big ass insecurity of being with a probably a very attractive young woman who has so many options that his 40 something year old ass is too afraid to lose her, so he doesn't want her going anywhere. And number one, was it the place that they stay at theirs, like them together?
Like their apartment or some shit?
Yeah, is it like their apartment or is it like he has his, she has hers?
I'm assuming it's theirs. I think it's there. Oh, yes, she said we live together. So, yeah.
Okay. So her sister, well, number one, if you have a problem with your girl hanging out with her sister, number one, family's everything. So if you don't want your girl to have a good relationship with her family, it's kind of a red flag right there. Number two, she's able to do what she wants. She's a young woman. You know, she doesn't need you to tell her what to do with her life, especially when you go do whatever the fuck you want all day, you don't, and she doesn't hear back from you all fucking day. Nah, bro, get the fuck out of here. He's just too insecure because he's 40 something, and he doesn't like her music. He said he doesn't like them going out, going here, going there. It's because his old ass knows exactly what's gonna happen if they get into a fight and some young stud walks up to her and like, hey, you're cute. I see you here by yourself. I get you a drink. He knows she's gonna leave his ass. So that's just screaming insecurity right there on his end. And him having an issue with her having her sister and her boyfriend. I don't see a problem with that. Y'all were out having fun. You got late. You guys are probably drunk and shit. So hey, sleep on the couch, do something. What the fuck? Oh, another man. Well, you've never met him with the time you've been with her, so you don't trust him. That's just screaming red flags and insecurity on his end, bro. If I'm being honest.
All right, so you I think we already know where this okay, so I think we know where this is going to go on my end.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
So, what Maddie calls insecure, I would say um is security. Now, he is insecure, but for a different reason. He's insecure because he has not set straight boundaries and allows his woman to step those boundaries that he kind of set, and is okay with it, or at the very least tolerates it. Now, let me explain. I understand that she also wants to be able to have fun with friends or with family outside of her partner, and that's fine because I think humans are social creatures. We should be able to engage in our community and be able to engage in whatever community we've set up for ourselves. I have my friends, my girl has her friends. You know, we hang out with our friends. You know, we don't always have to be together when we do that. That's fine. I get it. Which is why, in my opinion, if I were in a relationship with this girl and I was the 42-year-old man, her having sleepovers with with her sister and her best friends or whatever the fuck, and doing face masks and all that weird fucking girl shit, that's fine. Like that's fine. You're in a safe place. You're with people that you know that you've known for a while, presumably, and you're enjoying your time. Cool, whatever. That's fine. Sleepovers a little bit too much to me, but if you're having fun, you know, you're having a day with your girlfriends and your sister, whatever. Cool, that's fine. That's no problem. Now, where it gets a little bit nah is when she's talking about going to the club, she's talking about going to bars, she's talking about drinking, being so intoxicated that she can't even go home by herself. She has to call an Uber now. Um, and she's out with just her girlfriends. That's a fucking problem. That's a big fucking problem, especially when your man's not home. All right, and you're getting home at 4 o'clock in the morning, like you're some teenage girl who snuck out of her home to go party with your friends, and you're coming home at crazy hours of the night, and you're rebelling against your family or your parents or whatever the case. You're not a fucking little girl anymore. You're a grown ass woman who has a grown ass man for a husband or for a boyfriend, I guess, and you should act like that. You shouldn't be continuing these same uh, things, these same behaviors that I would expect from a fucking teenager. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't like the music that you listen to. That's fine. You don't have to like the fucking same music. But what you have to do is respect each other, right? I think it's perfectly respectful to expect your woman not to go to the bars and the clubs at all, and then come home at all hours of the night. I think that's pretty respectful on your end. I think it's also respectful for her to not, to not, uh, I suppose, overstep boundaries that maybe haven't been set fully, and just go with the you know what? I think I'm gonna go with the I'd rather respect my man than do something that's a little bit on the gray area, which is what happens when you don't set clear boundaries. By the way, guys, all the men out there, when you have a woman, set clear boundaries. Tell her exactly what you don't tolerate, and make sure you hold true to that, because women like to push those boundaries. Women like to test your lines. They will do that. They will find the gray area and they will dwell in that shit unless you make it black and white. You have to do that. But anyways, yeah, I think for me personally, insecurity is not setting those boundaries clearly and not adhering to that, which is what this man is doing. But being secure is setting those boundaries and holding your woman to that boundary. Coming at 4 in the morning, coming home at 4 in the morning is absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Like, fucking crazy unacceptable. The fact that he even allows you to do that is crazy. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, allows her. She's her own person. She's she's her own person. He doesn't own her. Whatever." Yeah. So the again, 4 in the morning, completely unacceptable. Completely. It's on top of the fact that you're going drinking, you're going dancing in a club and shit at all hours of the night with people you don't even know a lot of the time who are gonna be dancing right next to you and shit. Like, bro, this whole
I can understand that point of view because you're young and you're gonna go out till that late. So it's like, what type of people do that? Single people. You want to go to the club, the bar, the whatever, and you get home late. That I could understand. There has to be some sort of boundary because I wouldn't want my girl to go out with my girl, like her girlfriends, because they might be single, they might not have good intentions. Oh, whatever, he won't know, won't hurt him. So it's like, oh, just don't let him find out. But at the same time, it's like, yes, you should be able to have your fun, but you have to have your fun smart, you know, respectfully, like you
and
said,
safe.
and safely, 100%. Not just for you physically, but for the relationship if you genuinely care about it.
Yeah, and getting mad at your man because he sets these boundaries for your safety, because that's probably one of the aspects, is getting mad at your man for caring about you essentially. So, I trust the locks in my car because Maddie was bringing this point up. Oh, he's old and he's just insecure that she's gonna find a man who's young and he's a stud and he's gonna pipe her down while he's gone. If your girl does that, number one, she's not your girl and she never was your girl, and you better be grateful that you found out now rather than later when she can take half your shit. So again, furthermore, I trust the locks in my car. I'm not finna put my car in some really sketchy area and, you know, have some really important expensive shit inside the car. That would just be plain stupid. Absolutely fucking stupid. And my car is very valuable, so I think I would rather be on the safe side with my vehicle and put it in a place that I can trust that it won't be stolen or it won't be attempted to be stolen and in the process be damaged and be able to and be able to have that peace of mind that my car is in a safe place where it won't be damaged or destroyed or stolen or anything like that. That's just me when it comes to that situation. You know what I'm saying? And listen, clubs aren't known to be the best places for positivity and fucking safety and all that shit. And to be at a club at those hours of the night, bro, you're absolutely disrespecting your man. And the fact that he lets that happen, that's insecurity. The fact that he even lets you disrespect him like that. Now, when it comes to the whole, my sister and her boyfriend came over and they stayed the night or whatever. Yeah, if my girlfriend brought her best friend and her best friend's boyfriend to sleep over the night at my place while I'm gone and my girlfriend's there alone, yeah, let let's just leave it at the let's just say we're gonna have a talk when I fucking get home. We're gonna have a talk. And I'm not saying I'm gonna beat her up, guys. Relax, relax. I'm not gonna fucking abuse my girl. Although she kind of deserves it at that point. But no, 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 I'm not gonna do it. But dude, nah, bro, that's just disrespectful as fuck. I'm sorry. Super disrespectful. This chick needs to understand that when you're in a relationship, you're in a relationship. Act like it. Don't be disrespecting your man. Don't be doing just because you used to do these solo quote unquote time things before you were in a relationship doesn't mean that it's appropriate for you to continue to do it when you're in a relationship. Things change, people change when they get into a relationship. That's just what happens. That's the dynamics of a relationship. I have to become more respectful and more adherent to the things that my girlfriend wants, or the things that my girlfriend needs, or the way I act with other females. I could have been a really flirtatious dude before my girlfriend. That doesn't mean that it's going to be appropriate for me to do the same thing when I'm in a relationship. That'd be disrespectful. But yeah, I've been talking for a long fucking time. That's all I gotta say. She's the fucking asshole, for damn sure. I don't know if you have anything else to say, Maddie.
Eh, my view's different. Again, uh, I don't really think she's the asshole. Going out till late. Yeah, I mean that there's got to be certain boundaries. But then again, it's like you said yourself. If this man didn't set up boundaries, then his insecurities are gonna keep being there. He's gonna keep having issues with it because then again, number one, the age difference, and just to cut this short, one is the age difference. She's 27, he's 42. Been together 2 years, so she was 25, he's fucking 40. This man already has his 401k and close to retirement. This girl just started her fucking life and career,
I
so
think this is actually a pretty good topic to kind of segue from the Reddit stuff because I spoke for so long that we spent so long on that one post, or at the very least, it's my fault that we spent so long at that fucking post. So we're gonna move on to the next to a different topic, but I think it's a good segue to age gap relationships. We talk about that real quick. What do you think about age gap relationships? Are you for them? Are you against them? Do you think it's?
it
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I feel definitely depends on the age gap, right? Like let's say
Yeah. Let's
just for
say
the
let's say like a let's say like a 10-year gap minimum.
I think maximum should be 10 years. Maximum definitely be and minimum. I mean, there's no minimum,
Yeah. So
but
you would say that it's that you're against age gap relationships,
yeah, like majorly, like anything over 5 years, I would stray away from for personally,
and you
because
would
go ahead.
no, go ahead, buddy, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Ask what you were gonna ask, buddy.
You would say I'm trying to see if you would do this as like a prescription though. Like I understand if for yourself you wouldn't like it. Like for me personally, I wouldn't date a woman who is over the age of 25 because they're out of their prime. Um,
Fuck me.
but what's it called? Um, I understand if you wouldn't like that or if that's not your thing, the age gap stuff. But would you say that it's like a morally bad thing or like you would tell people that they shouldn't, or is it just like a oh, I wouldn't?
I mean, I wouldn't tell people they shouldn't, or they wouldn't, or yeah, that they shouldn't, because at the end of the day, who you love and who you love is who you love, right? There's nothing you could do about it. So do what you want, but at the same time, you have to put into consideration not just the age gap of, let's say, the man or either the man or the woman, because let's say you have a 24-year-old guy, right, getting with a 33-year-old woman. All right, that's 9 years. It's almost at the maximum, right? She's getting close to the years where having a child is going to be more of a strain on her body. It's more dangerous, this and that. So it's not really in the best interest for her if they plan on having a family, which is kind of the basis of a relationship. But anyway, different conversation. I just think that age differences shouldn't be, in my opinion. Oh, fuck. How can I say this?
Yeah, there shouldn't be too big of an age gap, is what
Yeah,
you're
there
trying to say.
shouldn't be too big. Yeah, there shouldn't be too
Yeah,
big
but
because
but but would you say that that is a prescriptive thing, like in the sense of like you're saying that morally speaking, like relationships should not have that big of an age gap, or are you saying for me personally, I wouldn't be comfortable having an age gap relationship, like because I can say that me personally, I wouldn't be with another man because I'm not gay, but that wouldn't be my position. My position would be that I think it's wrong for a man and a man to be together in any capacity. Um, I mean, romantically or sexually speaking, um, because I think it's immoral. I think it's an immoral thing, right? So, would you say that it would be an immoral thing for you for like an age gap relationship to exist, or for there to
no.
be one, or would you say that it's just not for you?
Uh, One is I my perspective on it. I wouldn't want to get with somebody too different, like I said, because of complications and just age difference. Like I said, let's say me, I'm 24 years old. I get with a 33, 34-year-old girl. As you know, when I'm 34, she's 44. And vice. Let's
33,
keep going.
34 year old lady, buddy, because
Well,
they're old as fuck. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, keep going.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like you have that age difference. She could be healthy, I could be healthy, or she could be unhealthy, and I could be unhealthy. You never know because when it's your time, it's your time. But you have to think about the future. That's the whole point of being in a relationship is you're not just there just to kiss somebody, go on dates, waste money, go watch movies, do stupid things. With no, you're there to be together, grow with each other, live a long, happy, healthy life, have kids, and everything. And you have to think about the future because if the age gap is so big, God forbid, for anyone in that type of situation, let's say he's older, right, and you're young. If something happens to him, his health declines. He's has heart disease. He's obese. He's got this and that, and you're a perfectly healthy 30-something-year-old woman. And he's in his, he's like 50, right? Like let's say you're 30, 36, he's 50. You know that you have that complication, and God forbid something happens to him and now you're a widow in your 30s, which is something terrible. So I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. I wouldn't say it's a good thing. Love who you love, but put into consideration your health, children, and the future because that's the main thing that I look forward to in a relationship with anybody.
I agree, but I think health wise, anybody can be unhealthy at any age, and shorten your life expectancy because of that. Like diabetes is a killer for people, and if you're 20 years old and you're like super diabetic, you could die at the age of 30, and it doesn't matter how old you were. But then in the same vein, if you're like 50 years old and you're like super fit and you take care of yourself, you eat very healthy, you work out and stuff like that, you could live up to your 100 years old if you have those genetics and those and that health condition or whatever the case, um, and you'd be fine. I think health goes for any age at that point. But what I would say is I understand, or what I would say is I think not that it's wrong, but if you're gonna do an age gap relationship, I feel like it's smarter for a woman, or I guess for a young woman, like 18 to like her early ages from 18 to like 25 or whatever the case, to marry an older man who's in his 40s than it is for a younger man to marry an older woman, considering a relationship and its end goals. Like an end goal for a relationship: start a family, get married, um, you know, all that stuff. For those end goals, I feel like a man dating an older woman probably not the best idea. A younger woman dating an older man would be a better idea. to me personally. Um, but yeah, I mean, I just wanted to see if you actually had like a moral like
Oh, I don't think anything is morally wrong with people of different ages, with an age gap getting together. Now, it's morally wrong if somebody's underage. Then that's the issue. But if you're 18 and you fall in love with who you fall in love with, then hey, do you? I mean, look at the guy who played who just recently played Craven. Or he was on Bullet Train. That guy, that good looking guy who was kick ass. His wife is like 20 years older than him, and they have a
yeah,
happy
Aaron
marriage.
Taylor Johnson.
Yeah,
That's
kids
where I
that
would
are from.
say it's probably a dumbass thing for him to do that. He's a young guy. He is in his prime considering his youth and his looks and his status right now and everything like that. And like I said, the best thing would be to have kids. That motherfucker is not having kids with that old lady, bro. And if anything, if he does end up popping a kid, maybe one, and then the other one might come out with problems if you even get to come if that other one gets to come out. But you're not having kids with that old lady, bro. But I don't know, man. To each their own, I guess. I guess he likes them old. I mean, I don't know. I guess.
I mean, shit, her kids are like a couple of years younger than him.
Oh yeah, that's right. She has kids. That's right, bro. That's right.
But that would be like the cutoff for me.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I think that's for a younger guy to marry or to be with an older woman. Again, not to say that it's morally wrong, somewhat, but I don't. Yeah, I don't think that'd be the smartest thing. Now, for a woman, a young woman to be with an older guy, although I still think it probably wouldn't be the smartest thing, it would definitely be way smarter than the opposite. But yeah, just was just wondering on that to see if you actually had like a moral position on that. As to it's wrong or it's not wrong or whatever the case. There was another thing I was gonna bring up, but I damn I forgot. Goodness gracious, I actually forgot. Um, would you say you have a moral stance? Like you would say, uh, I think this is morally wrong for a 40-year-old to be dating an 18-year-old.
Yes.
Um, you would obviously I think we both would, but you would consider an 18-year-old woman to be an adult, right?
Yeah, that she is an adult, yes, so she has every right, and legally there's nothing wrong with it. But let's just do the math real quick. She's 18, he's 40. That means when he was 22 years old, this man's in college working, probably going to clubs, having one night stands with all these women and shit, while this girl was being born. So he's over already having his sexual prime and having sex and doing all this shit. His girl is being born. That to me is disgusting and fucked up.
Yeah, but couldn't you say the same thing about like a 25-year-old and a 45-year-old?
Yeah, because the year difference is 20. So yeah.
But then you would probably say that a 45-year-old would be okay dating a 25-year-old.
See, the thing is, it's just I guess the
It's
way to
just that
make it
she's so close
seem.
to like underage, right? Is that what you're trying
Yeah,
to say?
that's what I was trying to word. Like, I, what makes it more complicated to give like a straight answer is the age difference, like how young the youngest is between the couple. You get me? Like how close to 18 or quote unquote being an adult age is the youngest person in the relationship.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like to me, so you would say that that's morally wrong. Like that's wrong to do.
I would think it's wrong. Yeah,
Okay. I had a feeling you would have that position. At what's the cutoff for you? Would you say like 19's the cutoff, 20's the cutoff?
for me right now.
No, I'm saying like because you think that like let's say a 40-year-old dating an 18-year-old that'd be wrong. When do you think it wouldn't be wrong? When the girl is like 18, when she's 19, when she's 20, 21,
If he's 40, the cutoff, let's say 28.
28? So anything below 28 would be wrong, like morally.
To me, yeah.
What the fuck? Okay, now okay. Wait, but you just said you were just talking about how you don't find it morally reprehensible. Were you speaking on like age gap relationships that are over the age of 28?
No, 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 no. No, I'm just saying, like the age gap between fuck.
You see why like this is such a like a I suppose an intricate issue because it- like let's just say for a 45-year-old man to date an 18-year-old, you would say that that's completely wrong. You would think that that's morally reprehensible.
100%.
Now, at what point would the woman become mature enough, or I suppose an age, where you would say that it's no longer morally wrong, it's okay,
For
considering
her
the
to be
man is
with a
still,
45-year-old man.
yeah, considering the man is still 45.
Uh,
You would say at 28?
yeah.
Whoa, shit. Why would you say that?
Because 28, you're almost 30, so you're already at that maturity level. And he's 45, he's already past that. Like, hopefully, he's past that maturity level.
But
But
why
you never
would you
know.
say a man who is 45 would be trying to look for a younger woman?
Why?
Yeah. Like,
I don't
what
know.
would
It's
be his
it.
reasoning?
What would be its I mean, one, it's like, damn, you got yourself. You know how it is as a guy. We've seen it in the movies, the TV shows. We've even probably seen it in life, where the guy will be in his 40s or 30, late 30s or 50s, and he gets that very young 20-year-old, 21-year-old, a yoga instructor.
You talking about like the trophy wife thing?
Yeah, that she looks like a trophy wife. That she freaking freshly in her 20s, and you're in your 40s already with your 401k.
So you would say that a man who's 45 wanting to date a younger woman would be doing it because of like it like ups his status.
Yeah, because in reality, like I said, the future. Let's say she's 21, you're 45. Dog, that's 14 years. That's 14 years you got ahead of her of eating like shit, experiencing life, having nothing in common. The only thing is sexual attraction at that point.
Okay, so then you would also say that aside from status and how like having a woman who's that young and beautiful would make him look, you would say that furthermore it's because he would be more attractive or more attracted to younger women.
Oh, 100%, because, not saying that there's something wrong with women his age, but I mean, you would want a younger girl, it's going to sound bad to say it like this, but like, fresh in the market, market fresh girls.
I mean, you would say that they look better though, right? Like you would say an 18-year-old girl or like a 19-year-old girl looks better physically attractive wise attraction than like a 45-year-old woman majority of the time.
I would say majority of the time, yeah.
So you gave two reasons. Number one, like status. He wants to appear to have more status amongst his peers and shit. And number two, because of sexual attraction. So would there be any other reasons that you could think of that a man of his age of 45 would want a younger woman?
Nah, bro, if I'm being honest, I really couldn't think of something. In my opinion, if you're at that age and you're looking for somebody that young, at that point, it's just sexual attraction, and you're going through some sort of midlife crisis, and you just want to see if your libido still works.
See, that's where I would differ. I think for me personally, I would find it personally I'd find it okay if a 45-year-old wanted to date an 18-year-old girl. Now, again, I wouldn't think that it'd be smart on like the side of the woman. If he's rich, he has a lot of money or whatever the case, maybe he's an attractive 45-year-old dude, who knows? But either way, I think if she's going at it from just money, it's not good. If she's going at it from just lust, it's also not good. But if she truly likes this dude, if she truly is like in love with this guy, or she truly wants to be with him in a romantic and marriage way, in every way, shape, or form, I don't see what's wrong with a 45-year-old getting with a 18-year-old. To be honest, that might sound crazy too, but I don't know. For me personally, I don't see anything wrong with it. I just don't think that it'd be the smartest thing for the girl, personally.
And why is that for the girl?
What do you mean?
Why don't you think it's the smartest thing for the girl?
I would just say it would kind of get problematic in the sense of, eventually, you get to a point where you're 40 and he's, I'm trying to think of the age gap
He's
here.
in
It'd
his
be
early
like,
60s.
wait, 20, 30, 40, 25 year, 20, like 27-year difference. Um,
Holy shit.
that's like a 27-year difference from 18 to 45. So, you know, you're you're now 40. Your man would probably be like in his 70s. You know what I mean? So I would see where there'd be an issue there where, like, okay, now your man is going to pass away from old age and you still have another 30 years left in life. Not to say that he'd die at 70, but when you're 70, he's 100. Probably that man is most of the time not living over the age of 80. So when he dies, presumably she'd be around her 60s. Another 20, 30 years, maybe even 40 years of life without your husband is a little bit, it's not ideal. You know what I mean? It's not good. It's not nice. So, on top of the fact that if you're going to have kids with a person, this would be my only moral argument towards this would be if you're having kids with a man who's that old and you're that young, your kids are gonna grow up with your husband, their father, being that old, and a lot of the time energy goes away, so he's less energetic. On top of the fact that their dad is probably gonna die before his grandchildren
In
grow up,
college.
or maybe when they're in college too. Yeah, before his grandchildren grow up to be even teenagers, or maybe even like early adolescence. It He'll probably be dead, which sucks. It's not a nice thing. You know what I mean? So that's why I would say that it probably wouldn't be the smartest thing for the woman. But then, in the same vein, it would also kind of be a little bit intelligent if he's, in his career already. He's already established. He's successful most of the time. If she's going with a successful man, he has a good job or he's got good money. She'll be set. But like I said, if you're doing it for just money, it'd be a little bit fucked. But I don't know. I don't think personally there is a good moral argument against it, because then if you say that women aren't mature enough at the age of 18, then why are they allowed to vote at the age of 8? Or why should they be? Why should they be able to, sign a contract? Why should they be able to really
Drive a
do,
car,
yeah,
things like
yeah,
that.
why should they be able to do anything that you wouldn't allow a person who's 15, 14 to do if she's not mature enough? You know what I mean? So then you have to be like, okay, she's an adult, she's mature enough to make her own decisions, but she also shouldn't make that decision because it's wrong. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's whatever way you shape it.
This is like a slippery slope because it could go either ways for any point of view in like the spectrum of it.
Yeah, I think me personally, it's nasty. I think it's pretty fucking nasty.
I think it's
But
nasty.
I think it's nasty personally. But I think if that's your thing, and you're both consenting adults, and you're both doing your thing, and y'all love each other and everything, and you get married by the church, I think it's okay. I think it's fine. You know, I don't think there's any moral obligations that I would have. Just personal, like it gives me the ick type shit. But either way, that would
So
be.
you wouldn't want your daughter, let's say at 18, to get with somebody that's over the age of 25?
To be honest with you, thinking about how I would be as a father, I don't think I'd want my daughter to get with anybody of any age, to be honest. And I think if she brings home any boy of any age, I'd I'd probably shoot him in the. No, I'm just kidding. But I'd probably be very like, get the fuck out of my house type shit. I probably wouldn't act that way just to not embarrass my daughter and shit. But who would I would obviously prefer a younger guy. If she brought home a 45-year-old guy and he's my age and my daughter's dating this guy, yeah, I probably wouldn't be as comfortable as if she were to bring like a 20-year-old or someone her age. You know what I'm saying? Like that would I would be more comfortable with that. But 100%, there's no doubt about that. But I wouldn't be able to say that if she were to bring a guy home that's my age and not her age, that it would be wrong. Like I think it would. I think it'd be fine. But I don't think that I'd be comfortable. I don't think I'd be as comfortable, at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand you.
But yeah, man, that's all I have on the topic. I had something else to say that was kind of similar to this, but I just completely forgot about it. I don't know if you have any final thoughts on the age gap thing, or if you want to move on.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and move on. 'Cause we spent a good minute on that one in the last topic.
We did indeed, and now we're gonna move on to a comment that was left on one of our clips on
Our very
TikTok.
first.
Our very first comment that we're going to speak about. Now, again, just a little reminder, if you guys want to put your thoughts out there and you guys want to disagree with us, agree with us, put them in the comments. If you don't want to be on a guest on the show, put them in the comments. We'll read them and we'll talk about it on the show, just like we're gonna do with this comment right here. So this comment, and we're also gonna give your account a shout out every single time that we talk about a comment that was left on a post of ours. So this comment was left by Nicholas Heredia, who left a comment on one of our clips saying therapists are for women. So Nicholas, you're my brother. You're my brother, man. I think we'd be good friends. But I don't think that Maddie would agree with you. Maddie, what do you think about that comment, man?
Well, first of all, Nicholas, thank you for commenting. Thank you for supporting us. And it means a lot to us. It means that you
Yes,
pay
sir. Yes,
attention
sir.
to our stuff.
I concur. Thank you very much, Nicholas, for the comment.
And I would disagree with you, Nicholas, and my friend Matt. I don't think therapy is for women or feminine. I think being able to go to therapy is it's a unisex thing. Who says that it's only for women? No, I don't think so. I had a psychology teacher back in college. My psychology professor, he was a man who went into psychology to be a therapist. So, and he was a very good man. He had a good sense of propriety. He had a good mindset, and he would always constantly adhere to men, mostly older men, um, in his career. But I don't think it's feminine because what is so feminine about talking about your emotions? Now, before you say anything, Matt, I understand that we have had this type of conversation in the past. Me personally, I don't think talking about your feelings is feminine, nor does it make you less of a man. Now, where I draw the line of that debate and conversation is if you're a man and you're in a relationship or just in general, and you complain and you whine and you bitch pretty much about everything and anything, little inconvenience to the biggest thing, and it's just constant complaining and whining, and oh, why me? Or oh, how could it get worse? This and that. You are a problem because yes, complain. We all have shit days. We all have shit moments. We all have things that could probably mess up our mood for the day, and you just want to talk to somebody to maybe get an outside opinion on it. Like, oh, you got into a fight with your wife, and you don't know if you overreacted, so you're gonna vent to the person how you're feeling in the situation, and then they're gonna give you their opinion. I don't think that is feminine. I think someone talking to someone to, one, just be heard, and two, to possibly get uh a solution or maybe a means of solution for a problem so that you can learn from it, grow from it, and not let it affect you in the future. I don't think that's feminine. Can women do it? 100%. Can men do it? 100%. So I think therapy is not a feminine thing or a thing just for women. I think men and women should do it. And I think more men should try, attempt. If not, just talk with the boys. Or if you don't have the boys, talk to someone you're close with and just start from there little by little.
Yeah, so obviously I disagree with Maddie. Me personally, I believe I guess I'll start with this aspect of this topic. Therapy in and of itself, in my opinion, is a very big scam, especially for men. I think a doctor, quote unquote, who is trained to psychoanalyze you and is getting paid to do this. Um, so at that point, there's already a financial incentive to again psychoanalyze you, make sure that they're to some degree um, profiting off of your own mental issues that you may think you have or whatever the case may be. I think that that's a pretty bad system to put yourself in if you're looking for mental help. I don't think that that's probably the best place. If you're like sad, if you're going through some stuff or whatever the case, yeah, I don't think somebody who's paid to psychoanalyze you and that's their job, that's their profession, that's they have financial incentive to do so. It's probably not a good idea to do that. Now, when it comes to the men and the women's aspect of this thing, I personally don't believe that a man is somebody who goes and has to speak about their feelings or their insecurities or their day to somebody. You know what I mean? Especially somebody who's paid to do it. Again, I think that that is very emasculating. I think that that's very feminine, which is exactly why men are committing, Superman as much as they are. It's because of this idea that they need to talk, that they need to speak, that they need to, oh, we need to vent our frustrations, or we need to. I think men do vent their frustrations, and I think men do it very effectively. They do it physically, they do it with physical tasks. For example, oh, I'm feeling some type of weight. Let me go to the gym. Let me go lift some weights. Let me go punch a punching bag. Or let me go hunting. Let me go shoot some rabbit or some shit. Let me go kill some hog or something. Or also, let's go play some video games. Or also, let me go, shoot some hoops with the boys or some shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of physical activity, to me, seems like a good way that men, kind of vent out their frustrations or work through their problems. And I think we see this for the history of humanity. We've seen this where men go out and hunt, men go out and do some laborious thing in order to get their mind off of problems or stress. I think today's men live way cushier lives than a lot of men in the history of the human species, especially the more recent history. I think the medieval times were a much, much, much harder time to live in and more uncomfortable time to live in than today. But men seem to be offing themselves much more today than they ever have in the history of the human race that we've been counting. Uh, I think, again, personally, it's because of the fact that we've been brainwashed to believe that we should be more like women, that we should talk more, that we should be open with our feelings more, that we should be doing all these things that women typically do in order to cope with our feelings and our insecurities or frustrations or whatever the case. Those things have been killing men. It's been hurting men and their masculinity, confusing men as to what it truly is to be a man. Um, I think that that's also another, I guess, reason for the perception of more violence with men, more men who are committing atrocities, more men who are doing bad things, more criminals, whatever the case. It's because of this. Men think that we need an outlet, and that outlet is speaking, talking. Let me talk to somebody. I need to vent my frustrations. Let me cry on your shoulder. Men don't do this. Men have not done this for the history of how long we've been alive. Sure, there's been times where men have come. I'm sure there's been a moment in time in the history of the human race where a man has come home and has talked to his woman about his day, or to his boys about his day, or something he's frustrated about. Sure, but it's not the norm, and it's not the most effective thing that men have done for ages. I asked this to somebody who I was having this conversation with as well. If you truly believe that what's best for men is to speak about their feelings, um, and you think we see this in the Superman, the self deletion rates of men. If today's society is more outspoken about men's mental health awareness, and in today's society we say that men should open up more than in past societies, past generations, yet we have the higher self deletion rates. I don't see how that is a correlation as to why men should speak more. If anything, that should show you that men should not speak more. Men should find the outlets that we used to have to, and make those acceptable again. When those stopped becoming acceptable, that's when men started self-deleting. That's the culprit right there, in my opinion. On top of the feminism stuff, but that's a conversation for another day. Feminism and all that bullshit. That's a big killer right there. Is that whole, oh, you should open up your feelings, be more emotional, all this type of stuff. It doesn't work. It never has worked, and if anything, it has caused the increase in male self-deletion rates. That's my personal take on it. Um, yeah, I agree with the commenter, Mr. Nicholas. I agree with you, sir. When it comes to therapy, yeah, it's a feminine thing, and I think it is for women. Although I would say that if you're a woman and you're doing therapy for like things like, oh, I'm sad because of whatever reason, Yeah, probably not the best idea either. But if I had to say, it definitely is more of a feminine thing. But yeah, that's my take. Maddie, what do you think, buddy? You have any more thoughts on this, sir?
Yeah, I think you and I'm pretty sure it's set in stone. You and I are always gonna have opposite views on this
Oh, 100%.
conversation. Which I'm glad that we stay respectful of it, and we don't let it get in between us of our differences and our views on this and just every topic.
No, buddy,
But
I'll always love you, buddy. You're always my friend, no matter what, buddy. No matter
always,
what
buddy,
what disagreements we have.
100%.
Even if you're a little simp. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
What I think is what kind of made me do a double take from what you said is if the self deletion rates of men are a lot higher because we don't talk, how does that correlate? What instantly went through my head was it correlates because we don't talk, which is why it's so high. But another thing that I think therapy is good for is uh those men and women who have gone to war and have PTSD from battle, seeing one of their brothers in arms get killed, or see one of their vehicles get destroyed, their planes get shot down, their jets get shot down, base get attacked, or they see horrific things, women, children, animals, in the streets just massacred. So I think because it breaks my heart to see and know that so many of our veterans who had the major courage, which I'd like to thank all and everyone who has ever served and is serving right now for your service. I would like to thank you very much for your bravery and your sacrifice. Um, and I would say the therapy for them would really help because it's sad to say I had the. It's not sad to say I had the privilege of knowing a veteran, but it's sad to say to know that even though he left the military due to being hurt, from war, um, that he still suffers he still has that pain from losing one of his brothers in arms in a horrific way, and years later it still affects him like if it just happened 5 minutes ago. So I think therapy would be good for especially for situations like that. Our brothers in arms and our men and women who have served in the military to be able to talk about it, vent about it, till they get to the point where they're able to fully accept it and understand the situation, what happened, and that it already happened, for them to move on and understand that they have a purpose in life to let that person live on through them and always comfort others, especially other veterans who are going through the same PTSD and depression stuff, because it kills me to see that on social media, man. I hate seeing police are on the side of the road with a veteran in the car crying his eyes out, and he has a weapon in his hand, and he was about to unalive himself because every time he closes his eyes to go to sleep, he's back on the battlefield. He's back watching his friend die. And I think that's one of the main reasons we should have therapy for men, especially because not saying that the women that have served in the military don't have PTSD too, but the men, I've just heard more stories and seen,
What
unfortunately, more
women?
stories of men.
LOL.
This guy.
What I would say to that is number one, we haven't been in a major war in about well, I mean, I guess we weren't in the Iraq one, but like to the point where it's that major. I mean, I don't even know how I would say it. I mean, the Iraq War, I suppose, yeah. Before that, it was the Vietnam War. Before that, it was World War II, or the Korean War as well. But when it comes to these things, what I would say is, I think it's the mistreatment of these veterans for the most part has been the thing that has really been the factor, in my opinion, that has really pushed them over the edge like this. It's like you give your life and your sanity and everything to the military and to the defense of your country, and then your country repays you by treating you like shit. I think it's definitely a fuck in the brain. On top of the fact that you've already been fucked in the brain by all the military shit you've been through, all the war and all the the horrible shit you've seen and experienced. If we treated our military veterans better, if we provided them with the actual resources that they deserve, I think we would see way less of those horror stories that you were talking about. And what I
100%, I agree.
Yeah, what I would also say is I don't know if you know who Chris Kyle is. You know who Chris Kyle is?
The name is very familiar.
So he was a very famous sniper in the Iraq War and the War on Terror, quote unquote. He was a very famous sniper. Dude was very good at his job, extremely good. He had to do a lot of fucking. He had to do a lot of fucked up shit though, which definitely stayed with him. And he definitely experienced PTSD after his service in the war and everything. When he got home, he went to therapy and it didn't work for him. And he talked about it, how it's something that it just didn't click, him talking and being open like that about his experiences. And I feel like it makes sense, because if you go through something really horrific, I think one of the last things you'd want to do is speak about that thing and kind of relive all the memories that are haunting you so much. And so what his solution for that was is and he did like this thing where he would go out with a lot of fellow service members who were also in the war and were experiencing PTSD and whatnot, and he would take them shooting, and he would go with them and he would take them shooting, and they'd enjoy their time and they'd have a good time and whatnot, and it would really be therapeutic for these people who were going through really horrible things, or who have been through horrible things and are going through the post traumatic effects of those things. And that seemed to work. And I think that that's the essence of what a man is, right? Is get out and do something, and kind of take your mind away from the thing that's really hurting you and put your mind somewhere else that's more pleasant, and be with people who will help you through that. But not in the sense of, oh, I have to speak up about my problems, because I think that's one of the biggest things that really hurt people, especially men who have been through things, is putting yourself back into that thing. And another thing that kind of pushes me towards believing this as well is the post World War II self deletion rates were about 10 to 15 per 100,000 men at that in the decade after. It kind of stayed around that area. And today, right, into like 2021, which is not just a couple years ago. You know what? Fine. Let's go a little back, because I know the pandemic happened and everything. 2018, the self deletion rate for men at that point was 24 per 100,000. That's way higher than post World War II, which is again a world war. To me personally, the war aspect of things doesn't really change for me. The fact that men don't need to talk about things. This goes to show. And I think you mentioned what I said, and I think you misread what I said, or maybe I said it wrong or something. I'm not saying that, or let me just say what I'm actually trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, in today's society where we've made it more popular for men to speak about their problems, and for men to be more open emotionally and all that stuff, we've made it more of a thing today for men to do that stuff. Yet we still see high self-deletion rates for men today than we have in the history of men. Even post World Wars, we still see higher self-deletion rate today than we did in those times. Even though today we have more of a society where they're trying to make it acceptable for men to speak about their problems. To me, that kind of goes to show that men don't need to speak about their problems. Men need to get out there and be men and figure out ways to cope that men usually do, that work for us. We're trying to be too much like women, and women are trying to tell us to be like them, but that's not what we're supposed to do. We're not women. And that's what's really killing us, is the idea that we should be something we're not. But, that's what I'm saying. It's just, and that's just crazy to me. I just saw that stuff where almost double the rate today than it was post World War II is crazy to me. when it comes to self-deletion rate for men. It's crazy. But yeah, buddy, that's what I had to say.
Yeah, it is crazy, man.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you have anything else to say or if you want to move it on.
I feel that excuse me. I feel like I said everything I had to say.
Yeah, and again, to you guys, anybody who's listening, who's a young guy or maybe you're middle ages or whatever, you're just a man in general. Don't listen, and this is my advice. Don't listen to society when they tell you how to act, because 9 times out of 10, society's wrong. Society is trying to push down our throats that abortion is okay, that homosexual relationships, homosexual marriage, quote unquote, even though that doesn't exist, but homosexual marriage is okay and it should be accepted and whatnot. That transgenderism should be accepted, especially with that little kids can transition and whatnot. I think you know in any other time period that would be extremely stupid, but it's trying to be normalized today. Society tries to push down our throats things that are really, really dumb. Don't listen to society. Listen to your listen to you know listen to God. Listen, and I know this is me coming from a religious standpoint. Listen to God, the church fathers, um, and really engulf yourself in the world of Christianity. You'll get your answers that you need on how to be a man, how to conduct yourself as such, and have fun. When you're feeling down, when you're feeling sad, when you're feeling hurt or stressed, learn to have fun like a man. Learn to vent your frustrations like men should. Try to go to the gym. Try to go lift some weights. Try to go punch a punching bag. Try to go see if you can go hunting. If you have the equipment, go fishing. Fishing is very therapeutic as well. Do activities. Do activities. And if you have homies, do it with some homies, bro. Because that shit is therapeutic. Don't do or don't feel like you need to do what society's telling you to do. Because a lot of the time, what society's telling you should do is actually what you shouldn't be doing. Society's cooked. So yeah, that's just me. But we'll move it on. If you don't have anything else to say about that, Maddie, we'll move it on.
I feel like we touched up good on that, my friend.
All right, beautiful. So now we talked about therapy again. Nicholas Heredia, thank you for your comment, bro. I appreciate it. If anybody else wants us to touch on any topics that you might have that you would like for us to speak on, make sure to leave it in the comment section for this video. If you're on YouTube, leave a comment on YouTube. If you're on TikTok and you're watching some of the clips, leave the comments in the TikToks. And in the Instagrams and in the YouTube Shorts, we'll read all the comments. We'll look at some that we want to speak on, and we'll speak on them. If it's a lot, if it's a little bit of comments, which it usually is at this moment in time, we'll get more comments later. We'll speak on whatever comments we can. But yeah, and again, if you want to be a guest on the show, you want to speak on these topics, bring in another topic that we can touch on. DM us on Instagram, and we'll figure it out with you, and we'll get you on the show. Now for the next topic that I think I think we'll do two more. I think we'll do a little longer, and then we'll wrap up after this. Let's go a little bit into politics here. Let's talk about Trump and the whole. I don't even know if I want to speak on this on YouTube actually, because I feel like this is actually something that's TOS. You know what? Let's go into a little Catholic talk here, because we're both Catholics. If you guys don't know, me and Maddie are both Catholics. We are a little bit different in our beliefs, though. We do believe in the same God. We do believe that the Catholic Church is the true Church of Christ. So at least we have that in common. I have a question for you, Maddie, and I'm curious to know what your thought is. Again, since you're also a Catholic, there was this thing that was going around that a lot of Catholic priests were talking about, and there was a lot of commentators who were speaking about it as well. There was this gay teacher in a Catholic school who got fired after they sent, I think it was a man, he sent an email to the administrator that he would not be able to come in that day because he was trying to get the paperwork done civilly that he needed to in order to marry his boyfriend. And then after that, he got fired. And there's been a lot of instances where gay teachers have been fired for for what it looks like being gay. What are your thoughts on that? Teachers being gay in Catholic schools, being fired for being so. What are your thoughts on that? You think that's right? Do you think that's wrong? Do you think we shouldn't be doing that? What do you think?
Um, I mean, obviously, here's the thing about Catholicism. It is not a sin to be homosexual. It is a sin to act upon your homosexual feelings.
Bingo.
So, but the teacher went to go get married.
Which is an action. That seems to be an action.
Right. So, I feel like they, I mean, number one, good for the Catholic school for still hiring him. But for them to fire this person because they went to go get married, I mean, that's got to be on the Catholic school, in my opinion, because they kind of knew, hey, we hired a gay guy. Oh, and he's not
You
married.
just,
Well, what if he wants to get
did you
married?
just say we hired a homo?
No, no, no. I was gonna say homosexual,
Oh,
but I was
okay.
like, I can
Oh,
just say gay because gay is not an offensive term.
that shit was about to be hilarious to me, but I heard him say they hired a homo.
My bad. I meant
Sorry.
homosexual.
Yeah, no, that's my bad. Sorry to derail. Go ahead, keep going.
I don't think it's bad. I do think it's bad though that they fired him. I mean, yes and no, because it's fuck, man. It's just like it's so stupid because you hire a man that you know is gay. Oh, I'm gonna take off because I'm gonna go get married. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't work at our Catholic school anymore. We gave you a shot because you were gay and it was okay. I was like, huh? That makes no fucking sense. You knew he was gay. You think he's not gonna get married? Think he's gonna be single? What do you think he does on his free time or on weekends? But that's kind of stupid in my opinion. I don't know. That to me would be on the school. Either don't hire them, so you don't have to fire them in case of situations like this, or just let them do them, bro.
Yeah,
As
maybe.
long as they're not flexing that shit and, so class today. My husband is gonna come in today. Obviously, a Catholic school wouldn't want that, nor would the parents that send their kids to Catholic school. At the end of the day, bro, let them do them, bro.
So would you say that if he would have done that in the sense of coming to the class and being like, "Okay, class, yesterday, sorry I didn't come. I got married with my husband or whatever," you would say that that would be recourse for the school to then fire him. That'd be okay for them to fire them at that point.
I mean, if we're talking about a Catholic school based on the Catholic beliefs, yes. But if we're talking about normal, regular society, no.
Yeah, of course. Normal regular society probably would accept that, but we're talking about strictly because you're a Catholic, I'm a Catholic. Strictly Catholic school, you think that would be okay if they fired him because of that?
From a Catholic standpoint, yes. But me, who I am, you know me, and whoever's listening, if you don't know me by now, I'm a type of person, you do you. I care not what you believe, feel, love, anything. You do you, live your life as long as you're happy. You let me do me, I'm chilling. But it's like I said, from the Catholic standpoint, bro, it's kind of against what they freaking teach everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sin. I mean, you know, getting married with a man, which again does not exist. I want to make that clear. A gay marriage is like me saying a fucking a square pyramid. Like that doesn't exist. Okay, that's not a fucking thing. Um, that'd be hilarious if that actually was a thing and I didn't even know. But either way, like it's like me giving you two things that could never exist logically. That it doesn't exist. Gay marriage does not fucking exist. That's not a thing. Either way, let's move on. Maybe my position, my viewpoint on this would change your mind a little bit, Maddie. Um, I'm of the position that I'm completely okay with a Catholic school saying we don't want you to teach here because you are a homosexual, a practicing homosexual. Let's be clear, because again, it is true what Maddie said. It is not gay, or sorry, it is not a sin to be gay. It's not a sin to have homosexual inclinations. It's not a sin to have homosexual desires or homosexual attraction or whatever. It's not gay. Or, oh my fuck, I keep saying it. It's not a sin. But it is a sin when you start acting upon those desires, those thoughts, and whatnot. He obviously acted upon those thoughts. He obviously acted upon the sexual desires by marrying a man. At that point in time, when you obviously know that this person whom you hired, who is a gay person, is no longer gay, um, not only a homosexual person, but they're a practicing homosexual. Yeah, that's 100% recourse for a firing. I completely agree with it. And the reason why I would agree is not only is it wrong, obviously it's immoral and it's it's against everything the Catholic Church teaches, everything Christianity teaches in general, really. It's against the natural order of things, but also what we're dealing with here is young lives, young kids who are very, very susceptible to suggestion, who are extremely moldable, and who are just beginning to understand all of these topics and these intricate social, you know, ideas, I suppose, when it comes to sexuality and you know, you know, the intricacies of that, and interpersonal relationships and whatnot. These are kids, and one of the most important things that I would say of every person is whether or not you are going to hell or heaven. Is your salvation, your destination after earth, after your time on earth? That's the most important thing, especially for children. Children are the future of not only this world, but also our faith. And these children need to be protected in their young age so that they can be provided with all the tools necessary to enter the world as an adult and be able to understand all the negative and the positive, and be able to withstand all that, all the negativity society will throw their way and whatnot. Now, again, kids are very susceptible to suggestion, especially when it comes to teachers. Kids look up to their teachers. They think of their teachers as somebody who's going to teach them, who they need to learn from. So if my teacher was a homosexual who just got married with a man, and it'd be very hard to hide that, me as a kid looking at that, that's that's gonna influence me in some way, shape, or form. And I'm going to think to myself, maybe it is okay to be a homosexual. I mean, he seems to be happy. He seems to be, a regular human functioning in society. He's very nice to me. He's a very good teacher. So maybe maybe being gay is not that bad of a thing. When they're so young and they're so moldable in that way, you know.
Yeah, they're susceptible to a lot of influence. They absorb everything.
Exactly, especially from people who are deemed to have more authority than they do, which teachers are one of those people. Parents are one of those people. Obviously, the police and priests. Those are people who have more authority in their lives and who are people who they look up to. Teachers are definitely one of those. And for a teacher to be, you know, openly gay, to be practicing homosexual, yeah, you're probably not the best person.
For a Catholic school.
Yeah, to have around Catholic kids who are going to Catholic school. At that point, the Catholic school's job is to ensure that these kids have the tools necessary to go into the world as young adults and be able to withstand all the negativity, all the moral dilemmas and whatnot with their Catholic upbringing. Now, if you have a gay teacher coming in who just got married with a man, that's going to confuse those kids a lot. And again, this is more than life and death. This is eternal life and death. So when it comes to that, I don't mess around. If I know that I'm sending my kid to a Catholic school and they're being taught by a gay teacher who has a husband, yeah, I'm gonna be extremely uncomfortable with my kid learning from that teacher. 100%. 100%. The same way that I wouldn't want my kid learning from a sex offender. That would not, even if that person was a good person and they changed or whatnot, I still would not be comfortable with that at all. And I think people would say that that's rightfully so. Same thing with the homosexual, in my opinion. It's more than just, oh, they like men and they're with a man. It's about, again, eternal life and death for these children, and their future, and them being the least bit confused as they can be. Eventually, they'll learn about all that stuff, and they'll be into the real world, and they'll rub elbows with some gay people and whatnot, and they'll be able to discern themselves with the tools that they were given, whether it's right or wrong. But it's going to be very confusing for young people if their teacher is a practicing homosexual. But yeah, I had just seen that. It was like a news thing. It was like, oh, teacher fired for being gay. This Catholic school fired teacher for being gay or whatever. I don't know. I mean, that's just that's just me personally. I don't know.
Eh, they should have thought about that kind of before they hired him. That's kind of stupid on their part.
I mean,
Not kind of. That's really stupid.
I personally have no issues with hiring a gay person so long as he's not practicing like as so long as he's like a gay person who's like I'm not I'm not gonna act upon these thoughts. I understand they're sinful. I'm not gonna act upon them, and they're keeping to that and whatnot. I wouldn't mind a gay person being a teacher. But if you're openly gay and you have a husband and you're living in mortal sin, really, yeah, probably not the best idea. You should have gotten fired. But anyways, but yeah, buddy, at least that's my take. What do you any final thoughts with for you, Maddie? Or
School is stupid. They should have thought about that before they hired him. So I mean, kind of it sucks for him. I feel for him. Sucks, but at the end of the day, that is part of the Catholic faith, and hopefully he didn't lose his faith in God. But
if he even had any?
hopefully, you know, they know for next time.
Um, yeah. At the end of the day, don't be gay. Uh, I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not, but I am. Like, I know that sounded crass. Either way, I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, uh, yeah. I mean, I guess that is what I'm saying. Don't be gay. Either way, sorry. Whatever. Let's move on.
Oh dear.
So now let's move on to the final topic of today's show. We are going to talk about the Super Bowl. Let's go on a little bit of a lighter topic here. Let's talk about the Super Bowl. Let's talk about the results. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the halftime show. Uh, First, let's talk about the game itself. What did you think of that game, buddy? What are your thoughts on that game? Initial thoughts
Oh,
just coming out of it. I know we recorded with Ethan or E on the mic, as he's known on TikTok and whatnot. And he had his takes on it. We gave our predictions. If you guys are interested in our predictions and sports talk, that was the last episode we did. We did record these a little bit before we recorded them before the Super Bowl. But we're gonna upload them after the Super Bowl. So the prediction for the Super Bowl will be posted after the Super Bowl. I know that's a little fucked. Whatever. Either way, let's just spoiler alert. I got my prediction right. Uh, so did Maddie.
as
Matt,
did
you said
I.
you said yeah. You said Eagles were gonna win too.
Uh-huh.
But you said it was gonna
Yes,
be a
sir.
close game, right?
I said I had a feeling. Small. I said I had a feeling that it was gonna probably be a close game. Just because of the way the Chiefs have been playing. But when it came to the Super Bowl, bro, I'll just say this: my ass was hurting from the whooping that the Chiefs got from the Eagles, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Watching that shit,
It was horrible.
oh my goodness, the worst game in Chiefs history and in Patrick Mahomes' fucking career. I have never seen that man hit the floor so many times.
Dude, 100%. There was so many times he got pressured and sacked and shit. But we did have that episode with E on the mic. If you guys are interested in sports talk, definitely go check out the episode we just posted before this. We definitely talked about it a lot. We talked about basketball and all that stuff. We gave our predictions for the Super Bowl. If you guys are interested in that, go check that out. But yeah, no, 100% ass whooping, absolute ass whooping by the Eagles. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I saw the first. I was like watching it at the beginning. Did you watch the game or did you not?
Oh, I watched the whole game. Yes, sir. Had a Super Bowl party with my friends.
Yeah, me too, me too. I was watching the whole thing, dude. At the beginning of that shit, man, I was watching it and I was like, it was there was moments where, or rather, at the beginning, they had like drives where they didn't score anything. It was like good defensive stops on both sides. And right then and there, I was thinking to myself, bro, this is gonna be another one of those games where the defenses are playing really good for both teams. They're not gonna score that many points, and it's gonna be like 23-20 at the end, and the Chiefs are gonna win because they won off a field goal or some shit, or like maybe the Eagles are gonna miss a field goal or something. I thought it was gonna be a close game where they get a call or some type of penalty, and they win it off a technicality. Um, but no,
Boy,
bro,
were you wrong.
bro, like Eagles kicked their ass, bruh. Absolute kicking of the ass, bruh. I predicted this. If you guys want to go see the predictions, last episode we did them. I predicted this. I said it was going to be a long day for the Chiefs. That defense is just too good, especially that pass defense. Patrick Mahomes was not going to go anywhere with that ball. Um, and dude, I was right. The only thing I was wrong about was Saquon. Saquon did not do anything, or he barely did anything. I was wrong about that. I thought Saquon was going to go off, but he didn't. But that defense, it was like what, two interceptions and one pick six.
Oh, I think it was more than that. I think it was like 3 interceptions.
Yeah, bro. It was crazy. Did you bet for that?
No.
You didn't bet, dude. I saw some people betting on Twitter and shit, and they had bet like $40,000 and they got like 400,000 off that shit. It was crazy. I mean, shit, man. Congratulations to those people who bet, bro, because y'all won big, bro. Y'all won big. I should have bet, bro. I knew I should have fucking bet, but it's fine. It is what it is. You know, it's okay. Um, who do you
Always
think?
next time.
Who do you think should have won MVP, buddy? Like watching the game, you think Jalen Hurts should have won it, or you think somebody else should have?
Shit, Cooper DeJean, bro.
You think Cooper DeJean should have won
DeJean
that?
Cooper, bro.
You,
That kid played good, man, and it was his birthday.
he did, bro. He did. He played phenomenally. He's the one who got the pick six, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I would say if it wasn't Jalen Hurts, it'd definitely be him, 100%. But but yeah, no, he's the one who ended up winning that shit. Uh, did you watch the halftime show?
Yeah, I watched Kendrick's nice little jab at Drake.
Say Drake, I hear you like him young. Sorry. Anyways, what did you think about it? Did you like it? Because bro, after the halftime show finished, I was on Twitter, so many people talking shit about it. What did you think about it?
That was all right. I mean, I wasn't too familiar with the whole Kendrick Drake beef, but the halftime show was whatever, bro. I'll give it like a 3 out of 10 because usually the halftime shows are like fun, energetic, artists that you really like and shit like that. And his shit was just a whole thing at Drake.
No, I agree. I'm a Kendrick fan. I'm not a fan of him as a person. I'm a fan of his music, obviously, and I think he won the beef with against Drake and whatnot. And but no, definitely that halftime show was about Drake. Like he was trying to punch it at Drake as much as possible, just rub it in his face as much as possible. Which I suppose he succeeded if that was his plan or whatever. But no, I definitely agree with you when you say that it was pretty mid. I think it was. I'm not gonna say because the music, the performances. He's a very good performer. Music was good. Performances were good. He just didn't play any of his like very famous shit. Um, like usually in the halftime shows, let's say it's like somebody like, like Michael Jackson. He's gonna play a variety of his greatest hits. Kendrick didn't do that. He kind of just played some. He played two of his diss songs to Drake. He played a couple new songs that he just released from an album that he just released. It felt to me like his intentions weren't to get a lot of like it wasn't to make it entertaining or something. It was to jab at Drake, to rub it in his fucking face and shit, which I guess like, he succeeded. But I definitely still say that shit is better than the Weekend one. The Weekend one fucking sucked. I don't understand what they were trying to do with that shit. Like I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. Um, but definitely pretty mid though. Yeah, I'd probably say like maybe like a 5.5, maybe 6.
Damn, you're being generous.
I would say if I say 6, I'm being generous. I'd say 5 or 5.5. I think it's pretty average. I don't think it's a great show. I also don't think it's a really shitty show. I think it's pretty average of a show, to be honest. But but did you watch the Weekend one when he did it? I think it was in COVID time. I'm not too sure.
Oh, 2021, one of the best performances by
Oh, this guy's a fucking
The Weeknd.
what a slobber of the knob. Do you
Um,
really sit on his dick like that or what?
yes, I'm an XO baby. I got XO tatted all over my
I was
body.
just about to say that, bro. He's got exo tatted all over her body. Sorry. I don't know, man. That performance was so shit to me. The Weekend one. That was like that was so ass. That man was just dancing in like I don't even know where the fuck he was, bro. That shit looked like a carnival fucking I don't even know, bro. that shit was ass to me, but it is what it
Oh,
is.
that's okay. I mean, everyone's entitled to their own musical appreciation and expression, even though a lot of people may not appreciate the wonderful, majestic genius that the weekend is. But oh, everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
I'll say it myself. And people might think I'm crazy for saying this. I think the weekend is probably today's version of like I don't even know who I would compare him to. He's just a very
Michael
overrated.
Jackson.
He's just a very overrated artist.
Um, that's a good. That's a wow. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Which I would also say Michael Jackson is pretty overrated, I think.
Okay, buddy. We're okay.
Let me ask you a
Wow.
question. Let me ask you a question. Do you think Michael Jackson is better than Prince?
I mean, they damn. What was that stutter? Holy shit. I don't know, bro. Because the thing is, both of them. One, I mean, first of all, they had their own style, right? And they're both good. You know, Prince. Most of the songs that I've listened to him are more slower, more majestic. They're prettier songs, like Purple Rain to me.
So what you're saying is you haven't even listened to like a lot of Prince?
Not a whole lot, no.
Okay, so then I don't even know why I'm asking you. But you like Michael Jackson, like you like him a lot, I'm assuming.
I do really do enjoy his music. Yes, a lot of his music is very good. Yes.
Yeah, he has some good hits. I will say he has some really good hits, but he's a tad bit overrated to me. And it's the same thing with the Weeknd. I think the Weeknd is a great artist. He's made a lot of good songs that I really vibe to a lot. Um, this newest album is it's cheeks to say the least, but
Oh my!
it's about 19 songs of cheeks, but it's okay.
It's
You know,
22 songs. 22 songs,
I
buddy.
only like three of them, so that leaves 19 left, and there you go.
Oh,
But yeah, no, at that point it's yeah, about 19 songs of straight booty cheeks, but it's okay. To each their own, like Maddie said. I can see how people would like it if you're like a super duper big Weekend fan. If you have EXO tatted all over your body, then I can see how you'll like it. But me personally, I would never tat EXO on my body because I don't. Um, let's just say I like women. So, anyways, uh, the final of this game between the Eagles and the Chiefs. What did you,
they will. Oh man.
dude? What did you think about did you think that if they would have won, if the Eagles would have won that game, you think Travis Kelsey would have proposed to Taylor Swift?
I mean, that from what I heard on the news and social medias and shit, supposedly if he would have won the Super Bowl again this year, he was gonna propose and retire. Um, who knows if it's true or not? You know, we'll never
Just
know.
riding
But
off into the sunset.
yeah. But I don't know, bro. Like if he would have won, sure, I guess, because they've what been together 2 3 years.
Nah, bro. It's been like maybe like a year and a half or some shit.
And proposing, I don't know, bro. Nothing against Taylor Swift, but she's had more boyfriends than freaking J Lo's had husbands. So
Oh, no, for sure, bro. And just as many fucking hate songs. But I'll tell you what. I have a better NFL couple. Josh
Ooh.
Allen and Haley Seinfeld. They're much better. But who's comparing? So plus Josh Allen should have been there, not fucking Patrick Mahomes. Fuck that guy. And sorry. Anyways, we'll move on. Yeah, that's pretty much all. All. You have anything else to say about the Super Bowl, buddy, or you want to just wrap it up there?
I'll say a few things real quick, just to end it off. I thought it was hilarious that in the fourth quarter and the end of the third quarter that that the Eagles already knew that they fucking knew they won. First of all, you could tell they were gonna win. Number one, look at the way the Eagles came out. Not the Eagles, excuse me, the Chiefs. Oh, all hype. We're gonna get it. This and that coming out of the tunnel or whatever. We're gonna get it. How the Eagles came out, they were like that a little bit, but they came out. They were serious. They knew this was their game. They're winning. And then from how they played, the first freaking their first defensive play, oh my goodness. Bro, you knew they were gonna win, and I love how at the end of the third quarter and of the fourth quarter, they already knew. This is our fucking game. We've been 34 zip the entire game. That they had their secondary team come out just to play, which is the only reason. And I repeat, the only reason the fucking Chiefs got those 22 points. They would have stuck with the six
Run, bitch!
if the Eagles didn't just
Run!
say, you know what, let's let them get at least a few points just to not embarrass them too much, just so Mahomes won't get freaking benched or some shit or fired for this shit. But that Eagles game was tremendous. The interceptions, the sacks, the defense, the routes, everything about the Eagles that this Super Bowl was completely immaculate, and that's what I love seeing. And I love seeing that the refs. It didn't seem like last Super Bowl against the 49ers, which I'm still upset my 49ers lost. But we were redeemed today by the yesterday by the Eagles or Sunday. So very glad the Eagles won. They deserve it. Rookie Dejon
Fuck the
Cooper,
Eagles.
huh?
Fuck the Eagles. Sorry,
Fly, baby,
keep going.
fly. Oh, I forgot you're a cheesehead. My bad.
Buddy, imagine being redeemed by a team that beat you. That's some bitch made shit if I ever, bro. That's some bitch made shit, bro. Never will I ever say that my Packers got redeemed because the fucking Eagles had to do the thing that the Packers couldn't do, bro. That's some bitch ass shit, bro. We're gonna be there next year, and we're gonna kick the fuck out the Chiefs, and we're gonna kick the fuck out the Lions, and we go kick the fuck out the Minnesota Vikings, and we go kick the fuck out the Chiefs if they make it to the end zone or to the Super Bowl. We're gonna win the fucking thing, okay? That's all I'm saying. Anyways, keep going.
Sure thing, buddy.
Sorry to interrupt you, buddy.
It's nice to have false hope, but it's okay. Uh, you
69ers.
know, she said. Uh, but this really was a fantastic game. It was one of the, and I love seeing that the refs weren't like it didn't seem like almost every other Super Bowl and game that the fucking refs were being paid off to call on the opposite team for every single thing.
I'm not
Yeah, we
gonna
had a
lie
few
though.
calls.
There was a couple calls there that were called in favor of the Eagles that were just completely off. Like it was just wrong for them to call that shit. It felt like they were trying to like not have people suspicious at them anymore, so they were just giving the Eagles a bunch of free calls. I don't know, bro. I think either way, my fucking the Chiefs got a taste of their own fucking medicine. Fuck them boys.
Yeah, which all in all, yeah, they got a taste of their own medicine, and I'm glad they were humbled. And I think from this point on, any game that Patrick Mahomes plays, Tom Brady's not going to be at, because if you look at every single game Mahomes has lost, Brady has been there. So that's all I have to say. Brady is Mahomes' kryptonite, and Eagles did good. Can't wait to see them next season. See how well they play. Can't wait to see where Dejon Cooper goes. Young man just turned 22 years old and has a bright ass future ahead of him.
Okay, Brady lost like 3 times or twice in the Super Bowl. Um, do you think that Patty Mahomes is gonna ever be better than Brady?
I don't know. The thing is, Patricia, she plays. Excuse me, Patrick. He plays good. From what I saw not this previous season, but the season before, and seasons previous to that, Mahomes is really good at reading the other team, just like Brady was. He was able to read how they play. They might undermine the first 2 quarters, and then yeah, once if they're not in the lead, Mahomes turns that shit into overdrive, and then just accelerates it where he'll pick up the slack and he'll win by 10 and up, right? So I give Mahomes that. He's good at that, like Brady was. But he wouldn't have anything to surpass if Brady didn't set the standard. Yeah, he could surpass him in yards, touchdowns, Super Bowls, things of that nature, but Brady's always going to be Brady. He's always going to be the top uh ideal model for QBs in the NFL. He might surpass him, but he'll never be able to be the quote unquote next Brady.
So you think that? But do you think that he'll ever become like? Do you think he ever has the possibility of becoming the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Patrick Mahomes?
No, I mean, and if he does, it's gonna just be for a short amount of time until another fucking rookie comes in and steals his spot. But all in all, it'll always be Tom Brady.
This might be an unpopular opinion. I think Joe Burrow is a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes, but yeah, that's just I don't know. I don't know if that's just me. I don't know if that's even a popular or unpopular opinion, but Patrick Mahomes, um, he's a piece of shit. Sorry. And he is in no way in the conversation for GOAT after this season, even though he went like 14-1 in the regular season or whatever, or like 16, I think it was 15-1, sorry, or 16-1, some shit like that. He only got one loss in the regular season. Majority of that shit was close games with shitty teams. Yeah, he's not in that conversation. I'm sorry. Joe Burrow did a better job. Too bad his defense sucks really bad though. But yeah, buddy, you have anything else to say? Any final words before we wrap up the show about any
No,
topic?
sir. Let's go Eagles. Oh,
What the? Okay. Anyways, so thank you guys. I don't think I have any final words, right? No.
oh.
Yeah.
No.
Nope. I don't think I have anything else to say either. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate it so much. If you guys liked this episode, make sure to drop a like. Make sure to subscribe and drop comments in the comments section. Keep those comments flowing as to your thoughts on the show, things you disagreed with, things you agreed with, any criticisms, whatever you guys have. Drop it in the comment section. We'll read it in the next one, and we'll give our thoughts just like we did with good old Hector Heredia, whatever. But yeah, again, thank you so much for listening. If you guys did enjoy, please feel free to check out the Clips channels. If you couldn't catch the full show, go check the Clips accounts at Instagram. We have it, TikTok, here in YouTube. We post shorts as well. All of them are at CatFiveBoys. Um, if you guys are interested in being guests on the show, feel free to send us a DM on Instagram at Cat5Boys, giving us a message of your interest in becoming a guest on the show and talking to us if you guys want to talk or debate about anything. And we'll definitely reach out back to you guys and set it up. Disclaimer: the views expressed on the show by the individual hosts or the guests do not necessarily reflect the views of the show itself. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it all. Have a beautiful and blessed night and blessed rest of your week. We'll see you guys in the next one. Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody. Take care.